PGA Tour is proud to bring you the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today's coverage of the Farmers Insurance Open is about to begin. Hello, I'm Luke Elvey alongside 2002 PGA Championship winner Rich Beem, who's in the booth. And it's a hello to Henny Koyak down on the course following our featured group.
Hi Luke, I'm glad to be here covering this week's featured group, and what a pairing, as these two have been hinting at quite a budding rivalry here.
So it looks like they aim to beat Justin Thomas. Should add a bit of extra excitement to our coverage today, Henny.
Oh, that goes without saying, Luke, but Justin Thomas will not be easy to beat. I don't think there's a more competitive man out there on tour.
No, you're absolutely right there. He's a complete player. It'll certainly be interesting to keep an eye on this rivalry throughout the event. That approach didn't seem to fit their eye.
Missing it short there, they will definitely be upset.
How close was that to going down? Oh, that's a tasty looking chip. Top shot.
Judging it beautifully.
He finds himself in a share of the lead. The second, a short par 4, one that the players like to take on these days, Rich. A good birdie look here.
They do. It used to be where you laid back on top of the hill and took a wedge, 9-iron sometimes for your second shot, but a lot of players now are challenging that bunker down the right-hand side, getting as far down there as possible, and just having a flick with a sand wedge in for their second.
That's tidy. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
It's been neck and neck. He's actually tied with his rival. This is tough. Can he do it?
Well, with a pocket full of FedEx Cup points over the last half a dozen starts or so, this player certainly has been delivering consistent results and pushing for wins or winning, Rich. Do you expect that to continue here this week?
Without a doubt, the best player all around on tour in my mind's eye. It is no shock to see them contending for the lead once again.
And he's down there. You got to read.
Careful not to leave this one short. It's back uphill, and nothing worse than leaving an uphill putt short.
The putt drops, and we're moving on. There are so many stunning golf holes on this entire property. And this third, the par 3 downhill, certainly one of the elite holes on the course.
It might be stunning to look at, but it is painful. Can be extremely painful to play. Downhill all the way. When they tuck the pin over on the left-hand side, forget about it. Never hit it there. Only when the pin is on the center or the right part of the green should you be taking dead aim. Other than that, center of the green all day long.
Good look at a birdie here.
What a putt. Started this perfectly.
Oh, just missed the birdie. That's a shame. And the putt drops, and we're moving on. So, no movement on the leaderboard there, remaining at even overall.
Oh, just absolutely abused the golf ball there with that shot.
And Henny, what's he facing with this one?
He's looking at perhaps 175, I'd say.
Going with the 8-iron here. This one's headed towards the rough. Not the result they were after there. Getting ready to play their third. He's currently tied for the lead. Didn't that look good for a long time? Oh, a lovely opportunity to save par here.
They've got this putt to pull ahead of Justin Thomas. This group rivalry could get interesting.
The old-fashioned hammer hands. That'll ruin any putter's stats. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Oh, he's out in front here in this rivalry. but can he stay that way?
Let's take a look at the leaderboard as it stands. So no change on the leaderboard for this player after that hole. There's a real premium on your tee shots here at Torrey Pines South Course. Keeping ball in fairways critical, and that is illustrated also by the par 4 fifth.
This fairway cambers from left to right, which helps a fade on this hole. However, don't get too overzealous and pull it, because that fairway bunker down the left, that sees a lot of action. Second shot is a green that pitches back towards you from back to front. That's got a lot of movement over on the left-hand side.
Playing from around 150 yards here. Currently tied for the lead. Great looking shot this. Terrific approach and a chance for a birdie here on the fifth.
Gotta like their chances from there.
And with that lovely play, they're now ahead of their rival. It's getting serious, isn't it? And maintaining top spot on the leaderboard after that. Rich, there are a number of strong holes on this outward half, but the par 5 sixth, the players are definitely thinking birdie here, but it's all set up by the tee shot.
It's a nice reprieve, this par 5. Just a little bit dogleg from left to right. Keep it shy of those fairway bunkers down the left-hand side, and almost every player will give it a go in two. This is a 3-tiered green with a low area over on the left-hand side that sees a lot of action.
Rich, we know these days with the PGA Tour, the wraparound schedule, the tour begins in the fall, but really it's felt at the start of any new year that every time you come to Torrey Pines, the big stars come out to play. It feels like the authentic start to the season.
It certainly does that, and I think that the big-name players, the accomplished players, love coming here to Torrey Pines because it's going to give them a gauge of exactly where their game is at and what they need to work on. Because you can't go around either the North or the South Course and geek it around. You have to be on your game. You have to drive the ball well. Your iron play has to be spot on, and your short game better be sharp, because if not, you're going to shoot a million. Both of these golf courses very challenging, but they're fair, and I think that's what the players love about it. If you're in a good zone mentally and everything is going well physically, you can produce a 64 or 65. But if you're hitting it poorly and you're not thinking squarely, I'm telling you what, 77s and 78s come into the equation real quick.
Absolutely tattooed that drive.
Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently in 4th place.
Time for the second shot here at the 7th. Looks to have opted for the 8-iron. Nicely done. Oh, 13-footer coming up here.
Little birdie look in here.
It's tracking. Oh, gee, that line was looking good, wasn't it? Well, that hole's behind us. More to play. Leading by a shot after that hole. We head up the hill away from the ocean here at the 8th hole, Rich. A lovely par 3, but all the challenges in the green.
It is. It's very wide, not very deep. Players going in there with kind of mid-irons to short irons. Uphill the entire way. Difficult to get it on that back level when they stick the pin all the way on top.
And choosing the 8-iron here. Oh, come on, sit. Oh, well done. An opportunity for a birdie here.
Oh, yeah, this is tracking nicely.
Look at him just surging ahead at the top of the leaderboard. And with it, he'll move to a couple under par. And with that hole behind them, they currently lead ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. The par 5 ninth is a monster over 600 yards, Rich. Challenging, to say the least.
I think the challenging part about it, Luke, is it's just straight away. You have to hit a straight tee shot, a straight second shot, and a straight third shot to find the green in 3. It really is just that simple and straightforward. The green does have 2 tiers on it, but for the most part, Luke, it's an inviting third shot.
Oh, seems to have got a big piece of that one. Striped. Lookout world was his statement when he came out onto the Pro Tour. And we look back in the greatness in sports, right across all sport in the world. Has one player or one athlete had a greater impact on their sport more than Tiger Woods did for golf?
I hate to say no, because I also look back at the sport, Luke, when Arnold Palmer came through. Good-looking fella and just kind of came from a blue-collar background. And I kind of think that Arnold Palmer paved the way for a Tiger Woods that then go out and dominate, because golf was already on the radar. It just wasn't nearly as much on the radar as it is now because of Tiger. But I think because of what Arnold Palmer did, he set the groundwork for all of this. But in saying that, in the modern era, in the modern game, to be fair, and you look at every sport across the books, and I don't care whether you're talking about, Tom Brady, LeBron James right now, I don't think you have a bigger player globally, with the exception of maybe Messi or Ronaldo, than Tiger Woods. I just think that from a global standpoint, Tiger Woods, whenever he shows his face anywhere, people lose their minds. Like, grown men lose their minds if they get a glimpse of Tiger Woods from 50 yards away. I've seen it before, Luke, and I'll see it again, but it never seems to amaze me, baffle me, make me giggle a little bit. Like, holy cow, this guy's Elvis. He's Elvis Presley. I mean, because Elvis was the biggest guy in the world as far as I could tell. It's mind-boggling how big Tiger Woods is in this game, and continues to be and will forever be.
From around 140 yards here, he leads the field by a stroke. This one looks like it'll safely make the green. That's an absolute ripper. What a shot. 3 feet to go here to the hole.
This is what they have left for birdie here.
He's currently sitting in first place. There aren't too many easy holes here at Torrey Pines South, but the course certainly gets tougher as we head to the par 3 11th.
This green from the back tee looks minuscule. There's just not a lot of room on the front of it. Even the back section, which it does get a little bit wider, it still is very small. A massive shelf, top left. If you get it up there, happy days for you. If not, just find the green, 2-putt, make 3, move on.
Well, that's an impressive little chip.
Such soft hands.
And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And still in top spot after that hole. Keep it going. We head to the 12th hole. This par 4 is as big and as strong and as tough as you find anywhere on the PGA Tour.
This is about as tough a hole as you're going to find anywhere on the planet. Prevailing wind coming right back into the players. You just have to step up and hit a solid tee shot to find the fairway. From there, you're going in with a mid to long iron, sometimes even a hybrid, to a green that sits just above you. Not a ton of movement, but enough from back right to front left to make you think.
Looks to be going with the 6-iron. Uh-oh, this one's airmailing the green. And he's not hit the mark on that approach.
Needed to take a little less club on that approach.
Sitting at 2 under. Outright first here. What's in front of them, Henny?
Setting up this putt 19 feet from the cup.
That is hunting for the hole. Well done. And looking at the standings now, and they're currently in first place, ahead of Tiger Woods, who's second. All right, Rich, the par 5 13th, so much has been said about it. I'm interested in your thoughts.
This is one of the most interesting par 5s you'll ever play. If you hit a good tee shot, find the fairway, and you have the opportunity to reach, then happy days. But if you don't find the fairway or can't reach, now you've got to lay up into a low area where you're going to have a third shot that's absolutely blind. This third shot could be one of the most difficult third shots on the PGA Tour, bar none.
Rich, considering everything that's been said about the great Tiger Woods throughout his entire career, it almost seems superfluous to add anything more to it. But what that man has meant to the game, and again, to people like yourself who have gone on to win major championships as well.
Yeah, I would think what Tiger has brought to the game is just he changed the perception of the game as it being kind of an old man sport, and all of a sudden he's out there winning and fist pumping and getting the crowds fired up and everybody into the game. It just kind of changed the entire complexion of it. No longer do you have these old guys that are dressed poorly with big beer bellies, and all of a sudden, you got guys that are young and wearing these tight-fitting clothes, going into the gym and treating it more like a business instead of just a sport. He really changed the entire dynamic of the game, the landscape of what it takes to become a great player. And everybody else was just kind of sitting there in awe going, well, how does he do this? Well, it's almost like he had a plan, a master plan to go out there and listen, I'm going to dominate by being physically better, mentally better, and I'm just going to steamroll these guys. And when he first started doing that, everybody's kind of looking back going, okay, he's taking this seriously. Maybe I need to start taking it seriously too, right? So it's just one of those things that came along that nobody knew what to really expect of him. But he told us right away, listen, I expect to win every single week out there, and sure enough, that's what he did.
A few shots under par at the moment. Currently in the lead. Look at the line on this one. Get in the hole.
And this player seems to not be too intimidated having Justin Thomas in their group today. That was a fantastic shot into this green.
Bit too heavy-handed there. In the end, that will be a disappointing par after such a great approach shot. We stride across the 15th, Rich, and we talk about strong par 4s. This is another one.
As big as 12 was, Luke, this is almost twice the size, if you can imagine it, with a tiny tiny landing area out there. This is possibly the meanest hole on this golf course. Not hardest, meanest. If you've walked off with par on this hole, job well done, my friend.
Looks to be going with the 5-iron. Good shot there. Now let's switch our focus to Justin Thomas.
Coming off a bogey on the last hole.
Whew. Trying to get it to 4 under with this putt.
What a great opportunity here for a look at a birdie.
Ouch, that hurts. Just 3 feet to go to the hole. Don't miss this. They can be costly. Leading by 3 strokes now.
3 holes remaining, Luke. This is getting awfully fun.
Opting for the 5-iron. Well, you can see why he's leading. That was a shot of high caliber. Lining up the birdie putt here.
This one's looking good.
It was on a good line. Yeah, well holed. Let's move on to the next. Now let's head over and see what JT's been doing.
He's currently trailing his rival.
Ah, what a shot from the bunker. And after that effort, this is how the field is shaping up. Our current leader is up by 3 shots.
2 holes to go, Luke. Can they hang on?
The penultimate hole at Torrey Pines South is not a long par 4, but the danger lurks everywhere.
They moved this fairway to the left alongside the canyon a few years ago, which really enhanced the beauty, but also the fear of this hole. You have to challenge the left-hand side because the bunker down the right is really no good. From there, the green, it tilts from back to front, mostly with a really low section over there on the left-hand side. However, it still is a promising birdie opportunity.
Choosing the 9-iron here. And this effort by Justin Thomas.
Who'd have thought we'd see this? He is behind his rival. Can he do the catching up that's necessary?
And back to the play, shall we? Sitting at -3, currently in top spot. Great touch. Really nicely played.
Gotta say, his short game is phenomenal.
And there's no movement on the leaderboard after that hole. And the finishing hole here at Torrey Pines South, one of the more famous on the PGA Tour, site of so many of Tiger's wonderful victories. Par 5. You can get there in 2.
You can, but you have to thread your drive in between those 4 fairway bunkers that line the fairway. From there, now you have to think, do I want to take on this flag with the bunkers right, bunkers left, and certainly the water in front? It's a daunting second shot, but if you're brave enough to take it on, then you could reap massive rewards.
Well, that's certainly showcasing all their talents there. That's impressive.
Absolutely. Love watching a player be bold and be rewarded for it.
Well, all that hard work, it's time to pay it off. Make this for the tournament. Oh, he's up, Tiger. Hopefully they won't take that too badly. There's it. Well, there you have it. There's your Farmers Insurance Open champion. And a great performance on a really tough track.
What a victory on this South golf course. This player winning the Farmers Insurance Open, surviving the South.
And I got to give props to my boy in the booth, Rich Beem. I think you picked this one at the start of the week, didn't you?
Luke, it wasn't a difficult pick, let's be honest. This player has been consistent all season long. Getting the victory, no surprise whatsoever. Really good stuff.
Well, that's all we've got time for today. On behalf of myself, Luke Elvey, Rich Beem, Henny Koyak and John McCarthy, plus all the hard-working folks behind the action at 2K Sports, thanks for tuning in. Look forward to your company next time.